I literally got up and avoided going to my computer because I knew there was no game I could play that was gonna satisfy that need. So, you know, I'm gonna keep this short and simple. I really woke up today and was like, damn, there's really nothing to fucking play. Street Fighter 6 was so motherfucking good. Literally, nothing fucking matters. Nothing fucking matters. Of course, a lot of it could be fucking copium, you know, like I could just be on withdrawal. I don't think it's withdrawal. Like I said multiple times, when you get your hands on a superior product, you don't want an inferior product. You know, especially if I already bought the other games, I don't want to go back. I just want to play this. It's new and shiny, and I do like breaking things down, but like, that's just from like a gameplay perspective, right? Let's just talk about the fucking experience. So you log in, right? You get a fucking character creation, like right there. You go boom, and then you're making a fucking character, and you're like, why the fuck do I need one of these, right? You finally load in, you make your fucking character. By the way, the character customization was fucking excellent. You fucking load in, then you met with this host in this big ass battle lounge full of shit. This is the last thing you expect from a fighting game. Fighting games are known for a fucking plethora of fucking menus. You've all seen it. You open up Street Fighter 5, menu. You open up open up fucking Guilty Gear Strive, communicating with server, fucking gotta click on offline, then you gotta click dojo, then you gotta click put me on player one side, then you gotta click, like, it's fucking too much motherfucking work. I go to the battle lounge, I sit down, I say fucking put me in queue. 1, 2, 3, right? Like, it just fucking works, right? And then you get there and you realize motherfuckers either made their character like super cancerous. I'm sure there's tons of clips that I'll put on screen for the video. And then there's fucking people who like actually made their characters look cool. Shout outs to really actually made his character look like a fucking human being. And I was like, damn, he actually looks fucking cool. And then as you're playing, you start to realize like, oh, like if you actually play the fucking game, you can get access to in-game currency, and then there's fucking cosmetics you can do. People like me, I don't give a fuck. I got real-time frame data. I'm in the lab. I'm playing every character in the game for fucking 3 days straight. Play the game for 40 fucking hours. Right? Like, there's just so much to do that had nothing to do with the shit you're looking at right now. That's what I loved about the fucking experience. I go to fucking Guilty Gear. I've already played Guilty Gear for 2,000 fucking hours. What else is there for me to do? Absolutely fucking nothing. There's no goddamn point. I don't care. I don't fucking care. It's subpar. It's fucking trash. I don't care. Right? Then it gets better. So I was just talking about shit you can do by yourself. Because you're in a fucking battle lounge, or you're in a fucking lobby with actual other people, right? You're actually allowed to have something. I don't know. You're actually allowed to have something they should have been putting in fighting games a long time ago. You have a fucking chat. Like, there's a literal fucking chat, like an MMO. Like, there's a fucking all chat. There's probably a way to filter messages too. Probably like friends, followers. I don't know, people who are specifically queued up for a certain thing. I'm sure they expand on that. But like, you know, people need means of fucking communicating with one another outside of the game. I'm all for, like, you know, let's hit each other in the face, because, you know, this is a conversation. This guy and this Jamie, they're having a fucking talk right now. I'm sure they're saying not nice things to each other, because that shit says new challenge over there and diamond over there, and this guy's getting thrown. And we'll get into the mechanics here in a fucking minute, but I'm just saying there's so much shit to do. There's social features. I don't think you guys understand how big that shit is. I think every like content creator had like fucking people follow them around, and they're like orchestrating this nonsense on the screen. I'll probably pull up the Brian F tweet. But anyway, so the reason I bring all this up is because this is nothing new. If you follow me, if you follow this channel, you already know I talk about it all the time. Player retention for fighting games is fucking just terrible. Like, no one is here to stick around. And people think it has to do with the fucking game design. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. No one is fucking cares about the mechanics. There is a very small percentage of people who give a fuck about mechanics, okay? They just want to do the thing they want to do and then look cool and then talk to people about the cool thing they did while they looked fucking cool, okay? The key thing that needs to be in games are fucking social features. Oh man, just look at the top games being watched and being played at any given moment. MMOs have the biggest player bases, right, of any other genre. Right? If we're not playing an MMO, we're getting as close as we can to an MMO, right? Let's go to the other side of the spectrum, right? Instead of focusing on something that has like social features built in, let's go to the other side. Let's go to fucking League of Legends. That is a competitive game through and through. But what is that game known for? Motherfuckers using all chat, harassing one another on multiple levels. This is me fucking sugarcoating it, harassing the fuck out of each other in champ select, harassing in game, fucking creating these false narratives. You can't even play a League of Legends game without it's like a story being presented in front of you. Like, you're trying to win, but we all there for the experience. Someone's gonna feed. Is that jungle diff? Okay, well, if it's jungle diff, like, you know, why is this person feeding? Well, did they get paid to, like, it's like a whole shit show. Or like, did they buy that account? Like, there's all these fucking narratives. Like, you don't just play League. That's why motherfuckers keep the chat on, right? And they don't get better at the game. Because, like, what's the point of getting better at the game if, like, you're by yourself? Like, no one even gives a fuck about mechanics. I'm trying to tell y'all. No one fucking cares, right? Literally, if you go watch Tyler 1 right now, you're not there for the high-level gameplay. He's fucking mad at the game, right? The reason we watch fucking Tyler 1, this motherfucker screaming, he's upset, and there's always a goddamn story unfolding, right? I think he's in, like, the win trade arc, right? It's like a battle between him, people betting on his games, and fucking Riot Games. Like, how do they solve this issue, right? Because they take the win traders out, then people just go back to, like, watching Tyler, and it's like, you know, that's cool, but, like, where's the drama? I don't think you're gonna get better than that. People literally fucking betting on the game. That's actually madness, but I digress, right? Let's go somewhere else. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto is known for really cool story mode, and they let you, like, do cool shit, like silly, crazy shit. You get to be a mob boss. You get to just, I don't know how to sugarcoat it, you get to hurt people on the middle of the fucking street for no fucking reasons. You get to do all the things that you may or may not want to do in real life, and then bam, it's there, right? We got that. The single player mode gives you all that shit, but then people took the multiplayer, right, where you can kind of like expand on those experiences, and they created a whole different fucking ecosystem that basically almost is like a living city. I don't know if you guys ever watched the GTA RP, but it's very fucking weird. And the reason it's fucking weird is because you log on and you're seeing people basically play pretend, and like to an extreme degree. I don't know if you've ever seen people like LARP before. It's like that. It's like, and they're fucking dead serious. Like, that's their identity almost. There's no, like, they're not crossing, you know, when you normally play a game, you're normally going back and forth between your actual self and, you know, how you present yourself in the game. Those motherfuckers are locked in. They are actually playing a role. You have to, like, apply to be a particular character. Like, it's fucking super in depth, right? People naturally gravitate toward creating these, like, social environments, dare I say, social hierarchies. It's fucking insane. And fighting games haven't been doing that, and the Steam charts fucking show it, right? I gotta pull out the Steam charts. Right? So fucking, here we go, right? Here we go. My favorite part. All chat. There's a fucking all chat, dude. Anyway, so you already know I got the Guilty Gear Strive on deck. No one fucking cares, right? No one fucking cares, right? No one fucking cares, right? No one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. Like, no one fucking cares about mechanics. All these games, all kinds of mechanics. That's not what's drawing people in. How many mechanics? What I like to do? Steam charts. Civilization 5, not even 6. This is my favorite fucking example. This game came out, Civilization 5 release date. This game came out, oh my god, it came out in 2010. No one fucking cares about mechanics. You know what you can do in this game? You can create a fucking artificial world and interact with other people. It's like, I don't want to say like ultimate role playing, but it's like on an epic scale, right? You get to be yourself in an environment with other people, and you basically do whatever the fuck you want. You get to run a city. There it is again. Running a city. GTA 5. Anyway. So anyway, this game is targeting all the things that I talked about. So not only do we have these social features that have proven to keep players playing the fucking game, even if you're not releasing content at a consistent rate, right? Then they went above and beyond. I said alternate game modes. Alternate game modes. Let me see if I can get that on screen for you guys, actually. So this is me and Yoshi playing the alternate game mode. So at the top of the screen there, we have like, so we're not trying to kill each other. We have to basically play in a way where we have to complete these things in like 60 seconds. Super fun game mode. I thought they were gonna do some simple shit like we saw in the Tokyo Game Show, where it's like knock each other down, or like don't get hit by the bull, or like do this certain move, right? This is I don't know, this is like even more complex in the actual game, because you both can see each other's options, and you have to play to get your shit, but also defend yourself from their shit. But at the same time, you can't just do nothing, because eventually you will leave yourself open to set one of these conditions or draw. It'd be very, very hard to win this. So the fact that there's not just the ones they showed, but several different game modes that are not just playing the fucking game. You can go play ranked, go get tilted because you got gapped on, you got outplayed. We're gonna get into the mechanics of Street Fighter 6 in just a second. You got fucking outplayed. That's exactly what fucking happens. And then you can go detilt with some of this, or test your skills in a different manner. You may actually be really fucking good at this. I wouldn't be surprised to add rank to this. This is actually a really cool game mode. If there's a way to like make custom game modes, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap, because custom game modes are like super, super fun. That's one of the big trademarks of Smash that like no one fucking talks about. I know y'all were fucking kids once. You had the latest Smash game. Y'all turn items on, you turn items off. You fucking, you know, fast motion, slow motion, big heads. You know, like you did all this crazy shit. They didn't need to add this shit. And speaking of other shit they did not need to add, right? Then they added the fact that you can go to the game center inside the battle lounge. Of course, we're still in the fucking battle lounge. You go into the goddamn battle lounge and you're like, yo, you want to play Final Fight? Okay, go right ahead. Oh, but if you plug in this controller.
Player 2, player 1. Actually, not bad. No lag.
So like, let's say, I don't know, I'm like, Alyssa, well, I'm playing Street Fighter 6 and I got a little bit of downtime. You want to play some Final Fight? She's like, all right, cool. Plug in any controller because we're on fucking desktop. Then we're playing Final Fight. Cooperative experience inside of a fighting game. Don't get me started on cooperative experiences inside of fighting games, by the way. That's one thing that still hasn't been revealed yet, but if they put in this game, you could play like alternate game modes like it's alternate game mode like this, it's game over. It's actually game over. Anyway, so there's all that shit to do that has nothing to do with super sweaty FGC fighting game times. You get to play cool characters, listening to cool music in cool environments, right? With your custom avatar. That's just like there. It's just there. You don't even have to play the fucking game. I didn't even indulge in it like I could have if I was anybody else. Anyway, then, okay, now all of that, now let's get into the system mechanics, right? I've already made a fantastic video on the drive system. I did pretty goddamn good in my opinion. There are things I figured out later, and I'm simply gonna put those down in the comments of that video, like 5, maybe 6 things. But I basically fleshed that motherfucker out. And the reason I was able to do that is because of the training tool. And speaking of the training tool, I don't see how people are getting so upset about fucking Drive Impact when if you just go to the damn training tool, they have drills you can run that teach you everything you need to know about the mechanic. Every mechanic in the drive system has several levels of counterplay. I'm sorry, yeah, several options of counterplay, right? So let's talk about fucking Drive Impact for a second. That is 26 frames of startup on a move that has 3 hits of armor available on frame 1, right? Getting a little bit technical here, but I don't think I got too technical quite yet. Grab that son of a bitch. You have a parry. You can Drive Impact yourself, and you can block it. It is reactable. Are there spots where you will most definitely get hit by it? Yes. Are you able to avoid it? Yes. It's not the end all be all. I don't know how many tweets I've seen where people are like, Drive Impact is really good. And I'm watching the clip of them play, and they're not even doing the most basic of shit. Grab this fucker. Parry. Frame 1 parry. Parry. I'm so confused. They can't do it forever, right? If they fuck up, they get punish countered. It is not a busted mechanic. If you guys are watching this stream right now, listen to me. Drive Impact is easy to stop. You just have to understand how the goddamn mechanic works. They literally give you real-time frame data. If you think if you think Drive Impact's a problem, go play the alternate game modes. Go play the alternate game modes. And then it doesn't matter. You don't have to give a fuck about Drive Impact anymore. But it is not a mechanic. If anyone is thinking it's a bad mechanic or some shit, or it's overpowered, there's one thing to not like it, but to say it's overpowered, you have no idea. Literally just go to the goddamn training tool. Just go to the goddamn training tool. It's 26 frames of startup, which means it's definitely reactable visually. reactable, by the way. Yeah, it's visually reactable. And then the only time anyone gets to combo you off of it is if you press something. I want to get my hands on the on beta. When we get this open beta, I'm gonna go in there and show you exactly the situations, because I know it's gonna fucking happen. The open beta is gonna come out. You're gonna get fucking drive impacted. You're gonna say the fucking mechanic's wrong, and I'm gonna be like, bro, literally, look, this is what you. These are the literal several options you can build in. The game is system heavy. You think they're gonna develop a system heavy game like this and then not give you options to counter the system? That's the stupidest thing I've fucking ever heard. These people obviously put a lot of care into the game. I don't think anyone who's actually paying fucking attention will come to the conclusion that drive impact is overpowered. There's one thing to disagree with a mechanic. Everyone has their own vision of what the perfect game would be. Don't even get me started on what I want for fucking platform fighters. Oh my god, that's a whole different 8-hour discussion. But drive impact is fine. If you guys are seeing any tweets about drive impact being broken, just take that as code for they didn't lab against it. Which is fine. I mean, maybe they're not labbers, right? Street Fighter's not a game that asks you to lab. You can get very, very good off just playing the fucking game. But if you're a lab monster like myself, the world is quite literally your oyster. We're gonna do a segment here where we look at all the different combos people came up with, and you would not be able to come up with combos like this with like a primitive ass training tool. You just wouldn't. It was so the loading screens, getting into it, switching characters, switching stages, that shit was all fast. They had every option that I could have possibly needed. There was one thing that was missing, and they may even put that in later. I'm not really tripping over that because I'm still playing Guilty Gear Strive. Where the fuck is my frame data? Why the fuck do I have to go to Dust Loop? What are you doing? Anyway, drive impact's fine. Everyone had sauce. I played all 8 characters. You guys see the plethora of footage on the YouTube channel. I'll be dicing it up for you if you want to see it. Specific chunks, specific characters. Don't worry, I'll take care of that shit. But every character had fucking sauce. Every character. At first, I was like, Ryu's got to be basic. Ryu is literally base release Soul. He can do everything. He can create every single different comboable state in the game. I don't know why Ryu's God, essentially, in my opinion, combo wise, but it's nice because, you know me, I'm fucking default Dan. I'll take my crouch medium Hadouken. I'll take it. But this motherfucker, he gets crumple, he gets juggle, he gets high wall splats, he gets I don't even know what to call it. It's something it's pretty much crumple but like advanced or something. I don't even know what to call it. It's fucking weird. But he gets all these special properties off his Denjin. It's fucking really, really nice. And so I switched these other characters, and at first I was like, oh, y'all not Ryu, you can't combo like him. But then you play Ken here, and you're like, hold up, Ken got schmicks. Like, schmicks, right? He's got the classic overhead low, but when you really start to understand the systems, what he's asking the opponent to do to stop it is actually madness. I'm talking mix, psychological mix. Like, you know, drive impact's frame 1. We just said it was frame 1. You can get that shit going immediately. And he can't do any multi-hitting moves. He's not Chun-Li with the legs, is he? And you're like, oh, I'll just drive impact through it. And he was like, I knew you would do that. And he's like, you're like, oh, well, that's fine. Like, he blocked it. That's not that big a deal. And then you realize, wait a damn second. I'm back in this situation again. I have to drive impact again? I'm running out of meter. I can't keep doing this, right? And you're also losing positioning. It's very, very interesting how this transaction goes down. It's so weird. It's almost like his mix is targeting your drive gauge. It's weird. So it's psychological, right? Because you have to make a decision, right? How do I think future events will play out? How important is this current situation? You don't make decisions just based on, you know, assessing risk reward in relation to your HP. You actually have to think about your drive gauge. You have to think about your super gauge. And of course you have to worry about your character, you know, the enemy character's resources too. Because in order for them to use the systems as well, they have to give up resources. So there is a lot to consider. It's a lot different than what we're used to. We normally have to be like, I want to do this. This is what I have available. This is what I have when it's over. You don't have to consider what your opponent's resources are going to be. Of course you can, and you're smart to do so, but it's not integrated into the experience. It's not like you have to get that down to win. But you do. You actually do. So I love the foresight required in this game. I think players who want to play a lot are going to do fantastic. But I think every kind of player, right? So this is kind of like I guess I would say a harken to Corey Gaming's video on the different types of fighting game players. I think lab monsters are going to be at home. The guys who can react to shit, I know y'all know some players who can just react to shit. They're gonna love that shit. 26 frame drive impact, bring it, bitch. I'm just gonna drive impact back. Like, it's over. They're gonna love that shit. You get rewarded for execution. Look at the #1 player here. This guy's on Guile. Guile's fucking sick. If you perfect boom, you get 1 extra frame of hit stun, and now this guy gets big ass combos. Execution monsters are gonna love this fucking game. Everyone's gonna love this fucking game. It's such a fucking good job. And it's just a fucking beta. Just fucking beta. They said that production started in 2018. That's gotta be a goddamn lie. I don't believe it. I don't know what they're calling production. It must be when they actually had like human resources actually start building the game. Someone was in the fucking lab designing this motherfucker. There's no way. Someone had the notes that this guy's playing fucking footsies right now. Anyway, the mechanics are all fine. I don't think anyone was dissatisfied with their character. It just said a character may not have had something that you had, which you would imagine is very difficult to even pull off. Wait, I gotta see this round. This guy's actually fucking teabagging. Anyway, now I want to talk about the rank system in the game, right? So we got Master Tier over here, Diamond Tier over here, right? And if you play most fighting games, you know, Guilty Gear Strive, Street Fighter 5, I'm gonna go ahead and assume Persona, Melty, all of them, right? They don't make the ranks character specific. Holy shit, this is some alpha shit going on right now, but that's GG. Anyway, most fighting games don't have your rank be character specific, right? I think that's very, very good for fighting games. Having like your own character have their own rank, that's really, really nice. That's really, really cool, right? You have a goal. If you get to Masters, you don't actually D-rank, right? That's really fucking cool, right? But people want to play different characters. I, for one, I'm going to try and master every character. Like, every character literally was fun. I haven't felt like that since Guilty Gear Strive, by the way. But, you know, now that you're like, you know, you play your kid, let's say you play Kimberly for 3 months, and you're like, all right, I'm doing great, right? But you're like, man, I really want to play some Chun, right? But I don't want to play against these goddamn sweats that I'm used to playing with the Kimberly. You don't have to do that now. You know, you get on your Chun, says new challenger there. Now you're playing against other new challengers. Goichi's the fucking GOAT, right? I don't know if this is at the beginning of his play sessions, but at the end of the day, like, you're going to have player skill, then you're going to have character skill, and those things are finally separated now. They actually had a system like this in Street Fighter 4, if anyone remembers. And I think it's a lot comfortable for people trying to improve, because when you're trying to grow as a player and grow as your character, sometimes you just want to play different fucking characters, and you shouldn't be punished for that. It's a very simple system to implement, and I think it actually shows even more true mastery, because, you know, if you got mastery on Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu, like, you probably know something about these characters, you know what I'm saying? The issue with Strive is, like, you know, another thing, you get to the top of the mountain in Strive, you get Celestial, it resets you, and you're kind of like, what's the point in getting it again, right? If you're rewarded or something for getting it with a certain character, that'd be really, really nice. And you may be like, well, what's the reward there? And I'm like, well, how do I put it? The reward here is like, you get Master with Chun, and that's never going away, right? You could argue, well, you know, you got to the top of the mountain, there's nowhere else to go. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I am going to say, I don't know, it just feels better to me that my shit doesn't get reset. Oh, I didn't think to do that combo. Shout out to Goichi. Anyway, I just think that's going to be healthier for new players and like veterans who are just going to like hard grind the game. Because, you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but most of the professional players know how to play most of the damn characters. You would never know that, right? Because if they were playing on, like, you know, an alternate character or an alternate team, you would just see their overall rank. But yeah, I think this rank system is actually going to be very, very healthy for a bunch of different reasons. And again, whenever you don't want to play fucking rank, you got alternate game modes right there, right? You want to play Street Fighter 2 Turbo? There you go. There it is right there. You can go boom out with the homie. I don't know if you can play online versus other people, but I don't see how they couldn't implement that. We're literally in a lobby of people playing Street Fighter 6 with one another. I find it hard to believe they could not make that happen. If they don't, it's not necessary, because again, all I have to do is literally show you all the Steam charts for any other fighting game, and you can't play old Guilty Gear inside of Strive. Like, can't do it. You know, and you could, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, you know, Capcom did all this and that because they had all the money, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I didn't ask for much, right? I just asked for rollback, crossplay, in-game frame data, and a fucking all chat. Like, that wasn't a lot. You don't need a bunch of money to implement that. It's bullshit. I don't think it was in the front of these people's minds. And these guys are working with small teams. I know it's sometimes not even about the money. It's like, if you have a smaller team, you got a release date, like, it's hard. But at the end of the day, right, it is a competition for everyone's attention. Forget about the money for a second, right? Like if you make a game and nobody plays it, did you make a game? Kind of the vibe. You could argue, yeah, well, I played my own game. I'm like, you know, like, okay, right? You can take solace in that, I guess, but anyway, I just find it hard to play these other fucking games because, like, what's the point? Is the second this game comes out, even if you really like X game, even if you have friends that still play X game, it's kind of like, why are we doing this? I don't know. It's fucking weird, Chip. I'm trying to figure out, like, how can I, let's say someone gets into Street Fighter 6, right? Because, you know, there's gonna be a bunch of new players playing. FGC is growing in general. We are in the second golden age, no doubt about that. How the fuck do you tell them, yeah, I want you to go play Strive now, and like the only thing you get to do is play Strive? Like, how do you even sell that, right? Like, where's the crossover, right? I mean, besides the characters and the lore, which again, people are, you can have the best lore in the world, but if you give people a medium to create their own experiences and stories, they're gonna take that shit every time. I'm not pulling out the Steam charts again. GTA RP, not doing it. I just gonna find it hard. I feel like I can confidently walk up to Randy McGee or homie from my job and be like, yo, play Street Fighter 6. I don't even have to tell him what to fucking do. I don't have to tell him to get a certain controller. The controls are fantastic. Doesn't matter where he lives, right? The rollback's fantastic. Doesn't matter what console he has. Crossplay's ready to go, right? And he doesn't, if he's scared to do like PvP right out the gate, World Tour, which I haven't even fucking began to talk about. That mode in itself is fucking genius. I'll probably do a playthrough of that as well. We'll see. I do feel like it's a very individualized thing. I don't know how fleshed out it'll be. I've never seen a fighting game try to pull off what they're trying to pull off there, but we did see, right? They are aware of the culture and the, oh, that's not gonna hit. And the overall like fighting game experience, right? You have this rival, right? That's being trained under Luke with your little avatar character. And he says like, well, Luke, like, why should I be friends with this guy who also trains, you know, with me under you? We're going to eventually not like each other because one of us is not going to win. This is the nature of battle, right? And that really is how it be sometimes, right? People are so focused on winning or losing, they forget, like, how do I put it? They forget to, like, you're having an experience with somebody and it's pretty unique experience because it's between you and them, right? You have to interact. Look at these. Look at, oh my God, he's holding his burnout don't mean shit. Anyway, I just think that's really, really cool. I know it's a little nod to the fighting game experience as a whole, like as far as like offline play, arcade culture. And I think that's really nice. They could have just said, here's your avatar. You walk up to Luke, you get Luke's kit, right? And then you go to training mode. I mean, then you go inside the battle lounge in the fighting round and you get to play as Luke, right? And you take those experiences you have with Luke in World Tour, right? And you take that understanding of his kit you were able to manifest because of when you're in the World Tour, you're using his fucking kit, so you're not just starting from ground zero. Like, they could have been like that's fucking genius right there, right? You can build a connection with the character and get familiar with the kit without actually playing them, right? And then we saw there's like beat 'em up sections too, so you're not gonna just be doing this with your avatar, right? You're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to play not this game, but also learn this game. Oh, they could have stopped right fucking there, but then they add that little narrative with the rival. So don't tell me what they're gonna do with the rest of the other characters. They didn't have to do that. I'm not gonna try and hype that mode up, but the fact that it exists, I can walk up to my coworkers and be like, play this fucking game, and chances are they're gonna have a great time. If they don't like World Tour, they're gonna fucking battle lounge it up, right? If they don't like, you know, the people RPing in fucking, you know, crossplay lobby 39, or no, I'm sorry, crossplay lobby 69, right? They can go play Final Fight, right? With their homie who just came over. Like, you see what I'm saying, bro? So much shit to do. If they charge me $60 to $70, I'm coughing it all up. I don't give a shit. They have a Messiah edition, I'm buying it. I'm sorry, it has to be done. It's not even about Capcom. Like, y'all already know I don't like fucking Capcom. Y'all know I don't like them. They made too many mistakes. I believe in second chances, but they got second chances on this DLC. They hold us in Cross Tekken. They definitely fucking hold us. And then I saw Marvel Infinite. I haven't played. I mean, I guess I did play it. Somebody bought it for me, and I literally couldn't play. I just couldn't do it. The characters didn't look right. Fucking Black Panther was saying Wakanda instead of Wakanda. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. But I think they made enough mistakes. But you know, I do believe in second chances. But I think they had several second chances and just kept shitting the. Oh, and then Street Fighter V's released. Like, it was like a whole line of just like how did you come up? They literally came from the dirt, but whatever. You know, they survived. I'm sure they had to make a lot of hard choices, so I'm not judging. All I know is we're here fucking now, and this is a good fucking game, and it doesn't matter if Capcom's the one producing it or not. This is an evolution of the series. There's no way to get around that. It's just G fucking G. I literally, y'all know me, I'm very critical. Like I overanalyze things. That's definitely an issue. I can do it to where it's an issue, but I'm trying to like not like something about the game. It's very, very hard. And I know, again, it could be new game copium, right? But I don't think so. I know a good fighting game when I see it. This is definitely a good fighting game. And all the games I put up on the Steam chart, those are good fighting games, no doubt. But again, they're not good products. That's what it really comes down to. That's what people spend their time on. They spend their time on good products. I find it very hard to, you know, people are like, the beta's over, go play this. And I'm like, I'm feeling like, okay. And it's kind of weird, right? You may be thinking like, go play Street Fighter 5. It's like 6. No, it's not. Go play Street Fighter 4. It's like 6. No, it's not. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to get off my fucking chest. I woke up today and was like, damn, I gotta wait. And, you know, I'm sure everyone's feeling like that, but I'm feeling like that for like a bunch of different fucking reasons. I had to get that shit off my chest.